Good morning, all you amazing people. I had to record this early in the morning. As you guys can see, it's really dark and gloomy and what have you not, but my face is not really that important. It's what's going on the screens over there or down there, wherever I put the video. Because I hope when the alien comes and visit us, they don't look at the internet to gauge the human capacity of thinking, because the amount of stupidity that's ejaculating out of people's mouth on the internet is mind-boggling. So what am I thinking about? Well, I made a video talking about, I can't fucking even remember now, something about computers. And I was having a little segment in there about RAM, like really easily cross over it, like really like here's the highlights. And I made a short out of it and people went mental. What did I say? 8 gigabytes of RAM is okay. 16 is kind of the sweet spot. 32, you can do whatever. You could go nuts with all your donations to all your e-girls and stalking and gaming and compiling in the back end and doing protein synthesis and all of those things that all you nerds do. You're probably only doing the stalking and the throwing money at e-girl thing, but I want to make you look like a good old dude, okay? And people still like, oh, you're wrong, what the fuck are you talking about, blah blah blah, all of these like mouth theory throwing at me, and I'm like, yeah. One or two people, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can get that. But when more and more people comment that, there's a high chance that someone actually wants some advice, and then they are also looking at the comment section, and I'm saying one thing, and the eggheads are saying something else. The broken eggheads, that is. Who the fuck should you listen to? Well, the video that I'm showing you right now is me taxing out Windows with 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 4-core virtual machine. So I'm really giving Windows the worst case scenario. And it's doing okay. It's not great. It's not crashing. I can still use it. It's doing okay. 8 gigabytes is okay for most people. Like most of the computers at work is running some under 8 gigabytes and they're doing daily tests. I think we have one with like 3.5 or something like that. 1 or 2 of those. And people are doing office work, they're doing administrative work on them, and no one is complaining. If you go look at my catalog on my channel, all of my videos is recorded in a VM. I will just say, I think I have like 3 or 4 natively recorded Linux videos, but all of my videos is recorded in a VM with 4 cores and between 4 and 8 gigabytes, both on Windows and Linux. All of them. Think about that. Go look at some of my Windows videos. Go look at some of them. Recorded 4 cores, 8 gigabytes of RAM. All my live streams that I do, the VM you see in my screen, I always do everything in a VM for my videos and live streams. That VM that is running for my live stream, not the one recording that's on my physical hardware, but the one that you are seeing on the screen, and we are doing all kind of crazy shit with. Windows or Linux, 4-core, 8 gigs of RAM. I have never heard anyone complaining about my videos being choppy or slow. I have never had a video of mine crashing because of 8 gigs of RAM. It's one of the most out of touch, not understanding what they are talking about nonsense I have ever heard on the internet. What you are doing by saying that, oh, I had someone recommend 32 gig for the average user. What you're telling them is that they have to buy, let's hope they're not buying a laptop, but if they're building a computer, they have to spend about $200 on RAM that they probably won't even need. RAM locked enough if you're going DDR5, if you're going DDR4, they're even cheaper, but RAM is kind of cheap right now. Don't used to be like that. If you're buying a Dell, HP, or any other company, and you let them upgrade the RAM for you, it's fucking expensive. And most people don't build their own computers. Most people, they just go to a manufacturer and then they're like, yep, I need more RAM, and they pay that marked up, overpriced piece of shit. That's the reality of it. So you're telling them they have saved up probably like a teenager that have lost a lot of morns going the, I was about to say the coffee route. They probably went coffee for their mom and dad, but paper routes, they worked, they flip burgers at McDonald's for hours and hours and hours to just get a decent computer. You're telling them that they need to work even harder when they don't have to. You're telling mom and dads to throw money out of the window to satisfy your need. Can I live on an 8 gig RAM computer? No. My needs are not what the average person is doing. At work, I think my coding machine has 16 gigs. But I'm also working on a small form factor computer from 2018 or something like that, and running Windows 11, which, if you ask the internet, that should not be doable. I should not be able to code on that older machine. Heck, I should not be able to code on my VM. I do all of my coding at home on a 4-core, 8 gig RAM fucking computer. People need to stop saying bullshit, because hey, you are ruining it for everyone. It's mind-boggling. What they should, those people, what they should have been doing is, you idiot, why are you saying 8 gigabytes is enough? Oh, okay. Why are you saying that? And I would explain it. Well, my little child, not only have I using Linux for 26 years, I probably used Windows for 30 years. I started to repair and build computers for people when I was 12. I'm 40. I have a little bit of a thing called experience about this, okay? So ask, and I will tell you that, well, it's accumulated 30 years of experience with computers, or 28 years experience with building computers, and had nobody complain about RAM. But what most people do, they are like, what is my needs? What do I need of a computer? And then they're like, this is how everyone in the world is. I'm the standard, you know? I am the golden standard of computer needs. That's how everyone look at themselves. Buttercup, sweetie, you know, let's go into mom mode here. You fucking lunatic, that's not how it works, okay? You are not the majority, you're the minority. If you are a PC gamer, if you're a developer, if you are an editor, if you're an artist on a PC, you are not the majority. It's the sad reality, but here it is. And especially if you're doing the compiling, the editing, the artistic things at home, you're definitely in the minority. All they are doing is consuming content and social media. That's all they're doing. That means that their web browser is the most important thing. I just tasked out Chrome in the video, I don't know if it's done yet, with probably over 100 tabs, and I'm still able to use my system. Is it laggy? Yeah. Is it irritating to use if you should use it like that all the time? Yeah. But I don't think anyone has close to 200 fucking YouTube tabs running and 2 or 3 videos running while they're doing, or while they're having a really, really heavily tasking development suite open at the same time. I don't think so. If your mom and dad cannot live with an 8 gig RAM system, something is wrong. If you cannot live with an 8 gig system, if you're not a gamer, if you're not an artist, if you're not rendering, if you're not compiling, there's something wrong. You are running something you should not be running. You probably have faulty hardware. Like, there is a reason why the entry Macs only have 8 gigs. It's because it's kinda the golden standard for the low-end to low-mid-tier computing specs, aka where 90, I don't know if this is the correct number, but it's where most people buy computers. And for most people, maybe not you, but most people, 8 gig is enough. I have installed Windows 11 and 10 on countless of machines this year, on about 8 gigs and under, no fucking issues. They are not the snappiest. You know, they are not winning benchmark score, you know, championships and stuff like that, but they work. People can do office work on them. They can go and get information on the internet. They can have their Facebook and Discord running while they are bitching and moaning about they have to work today and it's raining and all of this shit. It's not the champions of the champions, but it's working. And most people just want stuff to work, okay? They don't care about what their Unity score is or their single core performance score is. If I can go onto the internet, do the stuff I need to do, and not feel I'm wasting time, I'm a happy camper. That's how people think. Everyone wish they had more. You have a computer right now, I am 1000% sure, no matter how good it is, you wish it was better. Where my brain is that there are so many teenagers and kids that are getting into computing because it's interesting and it stimulates their cognitive abilities and stuff like that. A really weird word for me to say. And I hate the feeling of someone, because I've been there as a kid, just not on the internet, but asking people, you know, in real life, because the internet was not that big when I was a kid. But I hate the feeling of some kid that has saved up for 6 months and a year to get like, yes, I got my computer, I got a decent graphic card, I got a decent processor, I got a decent amount of RAM. Let me go on to the internet and see if it's... Let me check it on some extra time. And then all these fucking nerds and experts like, oh, you need you can't game on anything less than a Threadripper. What the fuck are you talking about? R9, entry level R9, R5, are you stupid? R7, what's wrong with you, man? R9, or i9. R9, i9, minimum. 8 gigs for gaming, are you stupid? 124, come on, dude. You need to future-proof your fucking system. You only have 1 terabyte, and it's not an NVMe. Are you out of your fucking brain? Are you out of your brain? You have like a pesky big SSD. That's so 2022. What's wrong with you? NVMe, baby. I don't know why the fuck I said BB, but come on, dude. You can't do anything in life without an NVMe. That's how you guys and girls are when people are looking at you. According to you, everyone should have a top-of-the-line computer just to wank it off to fucking Pornhub and Chatterbait. If you get 8 gigs of RAM today, you get 2 4 gigs RAM sticks, and you figure out in 6 months, a year, that's not enough. It will not fucking break your bank to buy 8 more gigs. See you all later. Bye-bye.